In 2016, Parliament approved a loan amounting to $150 million for the Agriculture Cluster Development Project, one intended to raise on-farm productivity and agro-industrialization in the long run in 57 districts across the country. Currently, the Ministry of Agriculture holds a total of 5 loans and 3 grants to provide accountability for, and interestingly, officials have failed to convince the Committee on National Economy about the performance of the quoted loan.
$1,000. That's about 82% of the total loan, out of which the total expenditure stands at about 72% of the total loan that has been utilized to implement the project activities.
The Agriculture Cluster Development Project amounts to a total of $150 million with extra funding from farmers' contribution and FOs addressing different components from an on-farm production to coordination and ICT platforms. According to legislators, the report which has been presented to them categorically illustrates percentage performance instead of a detailed explanation and achievement of each item.
I want to agree with the members that the ministry has not provided us with adequate information that will enable us present the report on the performance of the loans in the agriculture sector. Specifically, if you looked at the objectives of the project intends to raise the on-farm productivity, production, and marketable volumes of selected agricultural commodities. We also need the details of to what extent the project has really been positioned to achieve this.
According to legislators, the tabled report clearly indicates that money approved has been diverted for other activities barely carried out, an implication of corruption in the agriculture sector.
Look at, they wanted to, and see where they put the money, to control and manage, for the control and management of fall armyworm. There was a budget, development of ICT platforms. Honestly, there was, you had your own budget, not a project money. You can see the corruption in that sector. The e-voucher program, hadn't you programmed for that? If you had, why didn't you include it from the word go? Why did you have to bring that planner?
Because where there are diversions of funds, where the funds are not utilized as intended, it's most likely that the intended objective of the project will not be attained. So we have tried to make the ministers or the ministries report and align their report to the objective of the project and how far the objective of the intended objective has been achieved.
Speaker, today if it happened morning and they say agriculture ministry is no more, what would happen to Ugandans? Can't we really be more reasonable and see what we can do for our people? I kind of have you people to have that responsibility of saying this money has been borrowed, we shall pay it, but let it do some work, have an impact. Because you are the best way I can tell you. Agriculture, without you, we cannot be there.
Busia Municipality Member of Parliament Honorable Geoffrey Macho has expressed dissatisfaction with the project since his district is among the many that were excluded despite its strategic location at the border and prospects for agriculture business.
The objectives are very good, but I'm questioning the planners in agriculture in this country. How do you get such a good project with an objective of market value and you leave out Busia? Busia, whereby we are the only with the biggest market for maize export in the East African region. You will never see other places, I will not mention them, on TV when people are showing that maize has market. And such a project, even with an objective of value addition and the area commodity cooperative enterprise, you leave out Busia, a district, you leave out Busia, a municipality.
With 450 farmers expected to benefit from the project and dissatisfying progress so far, the committee rejected the report and advised the officials to return to Parliament with a better assessment on Wednesday next week. Similarly, officials from the Ministry of Water and Environment were sent away until next week for failure to appear with their political head. When government entities present their loan requests, they come with all the necessary documents to explain these loans. But when it comes to accountability, questions start rising up and excuses. Agriculture being the backbone of this country, we expected it to be more organized. But it turns out it is the most disorganized entity when it comes to explaining their loans. Sam Lanifa, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.